welcome to Fixing with Friends. Today we will be doing an oil change and changing the brakes.
Although I forgot my brake kit is at someone else's house, and because we're not actually allowed to go get it. So, yeah, that's fun. We'll see if we can use some pliers. Amanda had noticed that her car was shaking and thumping under braking. When the steering wheel shakes while you're applying the brake, it's usually a telltale sign of warped rotors. So the plan was to use Amanda's tools and see how far we could get without using any of mine. And that's about as far as we've gotten. So this is your brake caliper.
Okay.
Yeah, these are the rotors. This is what would have been warped. Probably those ones, but these need to be changed anyway. And these in here are the pads. You can't really see from here, but they're not... There's not a lot left. So we're going to take these caps off, and then Amanda's going to grab them on the other side.
There are two of them?
Yeah, there's one on the top and one on the bottom. Then inside there's a little Allen screw bolt thing. You might not have wanted to ratchet it up.
It's too late. I did it.
It's kind of an awkward angle. You okay?
Yeah, I did it.
Yes, you should put your gloves back on. Just make sure it's in all the way, which I think you have. Okay. You okay?
Yeah, I did it.
How about 5 seconds after the fact?
Still okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Faster. I think that's all the way out. It's 7mm, but I don't have that size, so I'm using Torx instead, which works. It's just not ideal. Yeah. So wiggle it under, and then I just kind of twist it rather than prying, and then it'll pop out. Yeah.
Done.
Nicely done. Springs, always pleasant.
Ah.
Almost there. Nice. Now set that kind of on top so it has somewhere to rest. Sure. So how does that one look?
Not good.
So show them the other side one. Hard to see on the background. And here is what they're supposed to look like.
Ooh. Very different. You just want me to tap it up here?
Yeah, so you want to pull on it with your hand lower, and then you tap on the top. Success!
Aha! Yeah, which I'm not.
You probably want to wiggle it off with the
thing.
Yes, the thing. Sometimes it's just like that. You may need to, so in situations like this, twist the thing on the ratchet, twist the ratchet into the other direction. Yeah, and then you want to tighten it down.
Tighten the thing back?
Yeah, tighten it back. Okay, now push up just a bit, and it should loosen it. There, and then maybe you can push it up just a bit more. So it's never going to be as hard to take off as it was first. So if you push, so what you're trying to do is get the nut, because it's slid. Anyway, it's hard to explain, just humor me. Sometimes when removing a bolt, the bolt will slide out of alignment with the socket because it's worn, or in the process of taking it off, it's rounded the edges a bit. And in order to get it unstuck, rather than fiddling around with a set of pliers once you have it all the way out, what you can do is tighten it back down and then turn it so that it's now loose again. However, you will often encounter that it will jump the opposite direction, although less severely this time. So then you now need to loosen it a little bit again so that it centers itself, and then you can remove the nut or bolt.
Okay. Ready.
But it should be good to come off now.
I got it.
Now that it's off, you need to twist it back around and loosen it again.
Okay.
But now you won't have to put as much pressure on it, so it's not going to be stuck.
No, that's not the right way. This way.
Now you should be able to wiggle it off. It'll probably be stuck a little bit, but you should be able to. There we go. You can never tell. There we go. Perfect. Getting your exercise on here. So before you do that, try and wiggle it with the extension on, because that'll give you a bit more leverage.
There's no wiggling.
Yay! Okay, now we're just going to go through the same process again. So we're now removing the caliper mounting bracket. Maximum zoom, like 12 feet away. The thing is, sometimes you'll have whatever you're taking off will rest on the bolt, and that will cause it to be tighter. So sometimes you just have to lift or wiggle something to free it, and then it's like, oh, well, why was I putting all this effort into it this whole time when I could have just moved it slightly? It's a bit of a nuisance sometimes. All right,
Bye-bye.
and it's off. Success. All right, now you can just pull the rotor off while you're at it too. Assuming it's not welded on there with rust.
Oh, but my glove back.
Good idea. So try and grab it and wobble it. If it doesn't wobble, then grab the hammer and bang on the back side of it.
Nice. This is my first time using a hammer.
Stop for a second. Once it starts moving, then rotate it and then hit it some more. Yeah, you'll have to probably give it a decent hammering.
Okay.
You'll probably have to give it a decent hammering.
Okay.
And then rotate it, yeah.
Bye-bye.
So now we're going to pull out your fancy new rotors
What?
and take a look at them.
Bye-bye.
Yours came in a fancy box. Mine did not come in a fancy box.
That's because this is a high-quality sports vehicle.
Well, we did get you the coated ones, which should be better for the rust. Yes.
Are there left ones and right ones?
No. There are no left and right ones. There are sometimes, like, no, we'll just say no. It'll be easier for the people.
Okay.
It's hard to zoom in and out with gloves on. Yes, it's just like that until we do the rest. So finding your brake fluid or master cylinder for your brake fluid is kind of difficult, but they're almost always in the same general place. So if it's a left-hand drive car, it'll be on this side. If it's a right-hand drive car, it'll be on this side. I haven't seen any exceptions to that rule. And then you want to kind of look for the big brake booster, which is this big drum thing at the back of your car. And then the master cylinder kind of pokes off the front. And then there'll be a little reservoir on top filled with brake fluid. So we're just going to open that up. We can keep an eye on the level a bit better as we're compressing the brake piston.
There's fluid in there. Can you see? Oh, I guess the reservoir is right there. You can see it.
A lot of them are black and you can't see inside until you open it. Gonna have to go way in because of how worn the brakes were. The emergency brake is still off, right?
Yeah.
You do not want to pull the emergency brake while
So over time, does that thing come out?
yes. Not out all the way, but out more. Each time you press the brake, you know, over time as it wears out, it moves further in.
Mm-hmm.
And because this one is ratcheting, it stays there. Well, I shouldn't really say ratcheting, it twists. So, we ended up having to buy another tool to do it because that's how it goes. So yeah.
This is how the Grinch feels when he's trying to do stuff with like his long hairy fingers, you know? Anyway. Sorry, so this one we twist their normal way to tighten, and this one it goes the opposite way, right?
That one you twist left, the one you're doing now, to tighten. And then the other one you turn normally. I have a feeling the lens is foggy because I put it in my pocket for a second.
Is it supposed to be this hard? Or am I just very weak?
I don't know.
It's okay if I'm very weak.
I'm not doing it, so I couldn't guess. It seems like you might have over-tightened it. One sec, I'll give it a go.
Will it be flush or is it up a little bit?
It should be flush.
Come forward, though. This is way more fun than going to a mechanic.
Except now it just sounds like sarcasm.
It's not! I swear!
But you need to hold it while you're doing it too.
Ah.
face on it?
No.
Okay. We're good. Can you pull the thing out? Yeah. Perfect. Now, do we need to clean this one? Yeah, I'd say so.
This one all the way out.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna do the same thing as with the other one.
I thought I remembered more than it appears that I did.
Oh, it was a while ago. But no one will know that. We'll just randomly see a change in ground.
And clothes and a massive change in temperature.
Yeah. So the sun came out today. And I also paved the spot.
Movie magic.
Of course, I accidentally turned off the camera.
It was so slippery.
Okay,
Do you need to do this thing as the unclip?
I got one side, so you're good.
That's good enough. I'm going.
You have to wobble the middle part.
I'm going.
Yeah, if you rock it top to bottom, yeah, that's easy.
I did it.
Easier. Excellent. All right, and just toss the caliper over top. Don't mind it hang there.
I'm trying.
Or you can let that drop. It doesn't matter. All right, I'll go grab a coat hanger for that. So it's a good thing we ended up doing this. We definitely should have done it when we did the rears, but this happens sometimes. It's like the front looks okay, but because those pins, I'm guessing because these were sticky, the outer pad didn't wear down almost at all, and this one is just gone entirely. The driver's side, both of these are fine, so I'm a little worried there might be a brake partitioning issue, so that it's braking harder on the passenger side than it is on the driver's side, because it was the same problem with the rear. But who knows? I mean, maybe someone only replaced one side before? I don't know. Weird things happen, and of that there is no question. But even these needed to be replaced, because as you can see there's a significant groove in there. I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully we'll be fine now. So now we'll just check, see if this is far enough apart. Oh wait, this one, this side. So no, we must clamp it a little bit more.
Okay.
Probably 1/8 of an inch, maybe a touch more. Try moving both your hands close to the end. You're actually tightening that one.
Well, that would explain why I can't do it. You
Yeah.
said to go that way.
Well, sorry, when you were doing the gesture, I thought you were doing the right gesture. I didn't really pay attention. You want to be pushing it down. That's how it's going to be, hey?
That's how it's going to be, yeah. I think it's stuck on there a little bit.
Yeah. Will it work if I just use my hand? Probably not. That's so rusty. Yeah, no. In an event like this where the brake rotor is stuck, you need to gently caress it off with a hammer. Now I say that because you don't want to be the who just smashes it as hard as they can and then ruins the wheel studs. We're now recording, so don't say anything too embarrassing.
I was going to say, can't you tell by my backwards hat? Okay. This side goes on the back.
And you have one of these. It'll be handy. Yeah, I'd wait to put that in until you've got it lined up.
I was just going to put it in a little bit of the way. And then does it go?
It goes underneath the...
Oh, now I see why.
Doesn't have to be all the way in, but just enough so that you can let it rest and pop the next one. Perfect. Good job.
Okay, I got it.
Shiny. Right, now for the pin. Perfect. That's gonna be a little awkward. There, we'll see if I can do it with my knee.
Okay. Yeah.
But twisted, but did it click?
I think it clicked.
No, I think that was just a ping from tightening it. Yeah, that was a click. Maybe it was... Can you line that up for me, please?
There you go.
This is weird. There we go. There we go. So, it seemed easier than trying to explain the weird maneuvering that this requires. As you can see now that the calipers have all been compressed on all four wheels, whoever topped it up last probably topped it up for when it was, the pads were quite worn still. So we're going to, so Amanda's going to tap on the brakes a couple times. That will push the pistons out to where they need to be, and yes, as you can see, drop the fluid level down a little bit. I need to teach you how to do film friendly fancy things. Yeah, like see, now it's zoomed in. So you've twisted it and now pull it very slowly. Not that slowly. Yeah. So just taking a quick peek, I don't see your oil filter, but that probably means it's very easily accessible down here. And yeah, it's right there. So nice. So when you go to take it off, you'll have to loosen it with your hand. Yeah. Which is so accessible, it's fantastic. Can you actually twist it? Don't twist it a lot, and also bring that closer. Yes.
This way.
Yeah. You'll need both hands. And try and squish closer so you have an easier time with it. Okay, go.
I twisted it.
Perfect. Someone didn't over tighten it.
Now what do I do? Just take it out?
Just, yeah, loosen it. Then we will see oil drip down. Just move your hand. Actually, you might want to switch to your other type of gloves.
Oh, it's too late.
Well, just leave it and go grab your other type of gloves. Now I've made it a little nicer for you because then if you dropped it, it's not falling into the bucket of oil.
Yeah. Now what do I do with it?
Now you just kind of set it on the kind of top side at the front of that and upside down.
Should I pour the...
Yes.
Am I pushing? Yeah, you said towards me.
You may want to slide up further, then it's a little bit of an easier, like towards me sort of thing, and then it will be an easier movement.
This feels dangerous.
Well, the closer you are to it, the easier it should be.
I can't do it.
And I would suggest using the hammer, but it's too big.
Yeah, that's a big hammer.
Yes. See, now we were lucky with the filter, but someone cranked this on way too far, which happens.
I think I need your help.
Yeah, I will do that.
Ew!
It was 5W20 you had, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. 5W20. Ta-da!
Cool. Perfect. So we're just going to pour a little bit of oil in just to clean some of the old and
That's not what I want to do.
very old oil. Try and pour it from the side. It'll be a little bit easier for you. Like horizontal. Yeah, yeah.
Here I am. I don't know how to
Some of the
pour.
older jugs were fine, but now they're all designed to pour that way. Yep. And that should be good. There's still a little bit of dirt there coming out, but it's, because you can see it's not just yellow, it's kind of the blacky yellow.
Yeah.
But at least we've gotten some of it out, and you're not going to be driving around with it in.
That's true. Should we do more?
You know, it's not perfect, but it depends. Do you want it to be perfect? Because it doesn't really.
If it doesn't really matter, then I don't really care too much.
I think we're better off saving your oil to top it up.
Yes.
I should have put my other gloves on for this. This is also a terrible, terrible angle for trying to figure out.
Do you want me to do it?
No. I've done this enough times that I can kind of feel it, but it's definitely not the easiest approach that I took there. So many threads. Okay. Snug. So yeah, you tighten it, but not like super tight in case you need to open it again, just so it's closed. So now you're going to pour some oil into the filter.
Just in this little
Yeah,
part
in
here?
the opening there.
This feels very awkward.
Yes, it's still easier on the ground than if you're trying to hold it at the same time. That was okay. Not the
More?
worst for the first attempt.
Was that enough?
We will pour more in, but I will pour more in.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just so we don't spill a whole bunch. I may still spill some. It's okay, you've got the noises down. It's the most important part.
So just until...
So since it's upright, you can fill it a lot more than you can with the... Since it's upright, you can fill it a lot more than you can with the horizontal filters. Freaking dog. Every time. So honestly, so far, well, we'll wait until you do this, but so far, really not too bad in terms of spilling for your first oil thing, because I've definitely spilled a lot more than that. Not necessarily on my first one, but just
in general?
Just in general, so yes. Especially when it's windy. Oh no, too far. Magnificent. Yes. Showed me the thing. Try to keep it horizontally level. So it looks like it went up to about here. I don't know if the camera can see, because I can't see the camera. So we're going to start the car now, and then wipe it off first before you put it back in. We'll start the car, which we didn't tell people to do in the oil change video. And then that will get a little bit more oil running through the filter, and we'll let it sit for a minute, and then we will check it again and top it up or whatever. Yes, I personally find the easiest way is to, here, if you're kneeling down or sitting down kind of close to the bottom, you can see where the studs are. Sort of line it up somewhat close before you start lifting it. And then putting it on is a lot more straightforward. Can you toss me one of those? Okay, go.
Can't tell at all.
It's way down there. So that's what happens. It makes it a little bit easier to see, but you have to top it up because it's just filled the filter more.
Okay.
Now that still means, because we had it running, it could still have a bunch up here. So we're going to top it up, not all the way, but top it up, and then once it's on the ground, it's been sitting for a while, check it again. If it's too high, drain some out. If not, you know, add some more. Alright, so it's about, I don't know if you can see, a little over half, maybe 2/3 of the way. We're going to drop it down, let it sit for a little bit longer, and then see where it's at then. See you in a sec.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, so what we're looking for is twofold. The sound of grinding and the wobbly steering wheel, which neither seems to be the case at the moment. Let's do a harder brake. jittered a little bit when I drove over the pothole, but otherwise it seems pretty good. I mean, it will require a little bit of extensive testing, but so far, not too bad. It's really hard to shift when I'm this close to the thing. It's not too bad. It's a lot better than the Jeep Patriot. It's not wobbling anymore, it's not grinding. She should be good. So, she's done. Good.
I did it.
So, thank you for coming on, Amanda.
Thank you for having me.
That's it. That's the brakes and the oil change, all in one day.
Yes, not 2 days.
Not 2 days.
A single day with crazy weather.
Yeah, and not separated by like a month.
A month.
A month?
Yeah.
Yeah, not like that.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for coming on and doing stuff, and you now know how to change your oil and your brakes.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Yeah. See you guys next time. Whenever that is.
Did I put the